MuscleR we're out here, the East Coast Muscle Series at Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym with Chris MacKenzie, and he is getting ready for the 2010 Team Universe once again. Coming off a spectacular showing, I might add, at the Garden State, where you were coming in to just as a warm-up. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved in bodybuilding and exactly what brought you to do the Team U again this year.
Awesome. Well, I was someone who just always wanted to be a bodybuilder. Little kid, high school kid in the weight room, obviously sports. You like myself, Rodney, we're not the tallest guys, so tried to make up for it horizontally rather than vertically. And a little strength never hurt in sports, but I always wanted to be in this game, and I'm 38 years old and still plugging away, so I'm pretty proud of that. I've been competing for quite some time, but last year I really started catching my groove well. I finished 5th at the Team Universe, and it was like 1 point between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So first, second, 3rd, 4th, 5th was like 1 point the whole way through. So really cool for me. I won the NPC Atlantic City as a middleweight. And I'd won a couple other NPC weight classes, but last year I felt it was clicking, and this year I want to keep it going, take it to the next level. I love the Team Universe show. That has always been my goal since I found out about it. I train natural, as people say, and I don't necessarily wear that as a badge of honor, and I don't necessarily hide behind it, just the way I choose to train, and I'll compete in NPC shows, but this Team Universe happens to be the drug-tested national level show of the NPC, and I feel that's a good place for me to showcase my skills. And I should add, I'd be remiss, my buddy Tim, a kid I work out with, won it 2 years ago. Tim Martin, he's now an IFBB pro, and he's competing up in Europa the 2 weeks after the Team Universe. I'd love to follow that mold. You can't set your expectations too high, but anyone that enters a show, no one goes in to not win. So obviously that's my goal. And the Team Universe is a great show, and I don't want to speak too far out of turn, and there's a lot of natural bodybuilding opportunities outside the NPC, but I definitely feel that Team Universe is the marquee show of natural bodybuilding, and to that extent I'm honored, to just be a part of it, compete with the best.
What I admire about you is I've known Chris for quite a while, and I know I can speak for him. He was competing back when I was actually thinking of getting back into competing when I was training over at Gold's Gym in Totowa. So, he's very active. He's like myself. He does this because he loves the sport. He's also an expediter. You see him in all the New York, New Jersey shows. He's always helping out people backstage. So he's a guy, with a family. He got married, and within a year and a half, he had 3 kids. 4-year-old twins now and a 5-year-old son, right? 3 girls and a son. So he's got his hands full. So tell us a little bit, I was going through your training, I was noticing that you were doing a little bit different type of training, a more explosive type of training. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, to segue from what you said, leveraging off explosiveness and my children, I got to thank my wife, Jen, for putting up with my shenanigans. She is a wonderful woman. I'm very grateful, and thank you for giving me the afternoon, evening off here.
Yes, there's a lot of traffic out here, so if he gets home a little late, it's because of the traffic on the Cross Bronx.
Rodney knows you gotta take care of the people that take care of you. So thank you. But first off, it was an honor to be on this series for me, and I love to train hard, and I do train very fast. I was doing squats right into leg presses and leg extensions in the mix there, and my hamstrings when I turned, I was doing. I learned from Kai Green's online videos, the wide stance, hit your glutes and your hams right into stiff legs. And for me, it's funny because I always tell people I have 2 different bodies sewn together. I have these big, thick legs, a lot of muscle that don't necessarily get that lean, and I have this lean upper body that doesn't necessarily get too big and full. So it's a slippery slope with my training, but what's helped me, Rodney mentioned, I was training for shows 5 years ago, and I was doing all right, but what's helped me since then is I kick up the pace of my workouts, definitely. A lot of, the word superset's kind of cliched at this point in time, but a lot of 2 or 3 sets in a row, hurry up, even if it's not a superset, just enough time to catch your breath and let the rush of the previous set wear down, and then I like to get right into the next one. And for legs, it's a long haul, 20 reps on the leg press, 15 on the squats kind of thing, and keep it moving. So we're trying. And one other thing I'd like to say, Rodney, point out, I do work with our local NPC And I mean, Rodney, you're the same way. You and I, we crossed paths 5 years ago. You know, the phrase homeboy is not that popular anymore. But this, you know, we're Jersey people. We met. We love bodybuilding. We're here in the gym now. Obviously, you've had great success. I mean, a great model of a type of guy you want to follow in the sport. So, you know, you, me, Tim, Vinny Galani, everyone else from Jersey, Kemper, Maz, the MD crew. I mean, Steve Weinberger.
Jersey, New York, we're taking over. This is the Mecca. It says it on Robbie's shirt right there, the Mecca.
That's right. No, it's just a pleasure to be, you know, it's a pleasure to be in this group. So, I mean, I'm psyched.
So you can give a little bit of credit to Tim Martin here. I know he's an okay bodybuilder.
Yeah, Tim does all right.
And he actually beat me twice, the fucker. Excuse the language. Well, I'm once. Yeah, I got him when it mattered, but, you know, he busts his ass. For a guy, and also, you know, I could say a lot of guys out there rip Tim apart, but I know that guy's integrity and, you know, what he's built with his physique, and I'm sure you've learned a lot from him, is, you know, a great, you know, hard work what he's put into his physique is amazing. So good luck to you. I think that, you know, you're following in good lines there. You have, you know, Tim is a good mentor. So I want to say good luck to you. We'll be there.
He's learning as much from me as I'm learning from him.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah. He's just a little older than you.
He's lucky to be on my wagon.
You got a little bit more hair than he does.
Just a little, though, yeah.
So, Chris, also, I was noticing that you actually did squats twice. I know this was a little different, but tell us a little bit about that. Why do you do it that way? You know, explain to the audience out there exactly what is your concept, your training method behind that.
Well, I should definitely start by saying squats are the exercise you have to do for legs, and you have to do them deep as well. I like to let everyone know that. I see so many guys doing half reps, and it you know, in my mind, I'm laughing at them, but I don't really even care enough to get involved most of the time. What I did today, I did regular squats. I was trying to get 15 reps. I think I netted out around 12 or 13 on my first set with 315. I've gone as high as 25 reps at 315, but being a week and a half out and, you know, 20 pounds lighter than I usually am, I didn't get quite into my, you know, peak. So I do the regular squats, and I superset them with the leg press. It's really quite a burn, a lot of focus. Obviously, squats is the whole leg, but when you have the narrower stance like I had at the beginning, it's a lot on the quads. And maybe about a year or two back on one of the MD videos, I noticed Kai Green doing a unique kind of squat where you almost like, I don't know what
almost like a sumo.
Yeah, like a sumo. I don't know what a plie is, but maybe like something like in dancing. You know, you take a real wide stance, point your toes out, and I'll tell you, in through the hamstrings and into the glutes, which is one of my weaker areas, you really feel that. So, you know, MD Online's been a good resource for me on that, and I superset that with the stiff legs. I mean, you know, by the time you put that bar down after what is probably at that point in time your 30th rep, you know, it's hurting, and that's what we go for.
Well, good job, definitely. I learned a little bit from that, you know, watching you today. So I know you also are a rep for BPI Nutrition. We'll give a little shout out to them since we're here and mentioning a little bit.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate that. I'm a sales guy for BPI Sports. If anyone watching works in a vitamin shop or a nutrition store, I'm the guy that calls you on the phone all the time. We got a great line of products. 1MR is our pre-workout, and I got to say, you know, if you're looking for a kick in the pants before your workout,